see it back there. You got that down to a science.
Dude, I like the music.
Yep.
Who wrote that? Is that like generic?
It's just a generic thing that you put on there once you made it.
7 weeks in a row. What's up, Facebook, YouTube, everybody out there that's still watching? Sorry about last week. Bear with us. I have. What's up, Ed? How are you? Good to see you. So I'm in COVID number 2, so I'm a little miserable right now, but I'm okay, getting better.
My second time around was worse than the first.
Yeah, so far the first time. What's up, bud? So far, this one's been. Oh, geez, that's gross. This one's been better. The first time was horrible, dude. Yeah, 5 days.
Yeah.
5 days I couldn't get out of bed.
Yeah, man.
So, I'm actually still able to kind of get up and do something, but it's just, dude, it sucks. It started Saturday, man. I was like, man, dude, I got a headache from hell.
Oh, the headaches are brutal.
Yeah, dude, I started with ibuprofen, and then, dude, I was drinking water. I thought maybe, dehydration or something, but I was like, shit. Yeah, so Sunday morning I took a test, and myself and 2 of my kids popped up, man.
Dude,
Are you wonky? Yes. Yes, Robin, I am wonky. I am wonky.
Yeah. He's wonky, even without COVID.
Yeah. So myself, a couple of kids, we're a little miserable right now, man. This is horrible. So where are we at here? I got medicine head, dude. I'm like what's up, Herb?
We got Doug Smith Jr., sportsman.
Okay, yeah. So Doug is with. Let's talk about this weekend here just a little bit. Orange County Fair Speedway, right? So the big news there is Brett Hearn is no longer an employee at the Orange County Fair Speedway. So what's the gentleman's name that they brought in?
Corcoran.
Okay, so he's
Jeremy Corcoran.
Yeah, he's supposed to be some big track prep guy, right?
Yeah, he's been working at the track before.
Okay.
I guess he knows his stuff. I guess with the racetracks, he's been around a long time. So yeah, and he actually was I believe he did earlier in the year. When, Brett Dale was there. He prepared the track for that as well. So
okay, yeah.
But I mean, if anybody didn't read the article in the area auto, on what happened there with that whole situation with Brett, it's all right there in the paper.
I didn't read it. Of course, I didn't read it. Why would I? Why would I want to do any prep work for our show?
Nah, I don't expect it. It's all
right. So they excuse me, guys. So that's the big dust up there.
Shepard won.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. The big news is our homeboy, my buddy, our pal, Stuart Friesen, wins Texas, right?
Yeah, he won Texas.
What a great race.
It was a good race between the two. Christian Eckes,
and it's great to see. Yeah. And I think he's our neighbor, isn't he? Doesn't he live right up the road from us?
He used to. He lives in North Carolina now.
All right. Well, listen, I'm still going to say he lives up the road from me. It sounds cooler.
Yeah, you did.
So... good race, between the 2 local guys. Saturday, Bethel Motor Speedway. Of course, who were the big winners? Skip LaPointe, man. Awesome job. Nate Stevens, second Works Race Open Racing Challenge Series. Thank you, Nate. Put on a really good show, man. I think we had a good showing. We did okay.
Yeah. And I'm glad that Skip showed that you can put them small tires and a wing on that BMS mod, and maybe next time them other guys, maybe like Eddie Dockenhausen, might try that.
Dude, that would be absolutely awesome. Listen, I loaned Skip a set of tires,
no doubt
and
that
he went.
Eddie can wheel that thing just as well. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying.
And I'll tell you, and the heat race, I knew he was eventually going to get it figured out. The heat race. That was such a cool race between himself and me. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm going to. But thank you to the Garaguzzo family. It was scary. To the Garaguzzo family, everything they did for me this past weekend, Michael and Anthony and Tony, Tony Garrett. We finally got a good car, man.
It did. It looked way better than it's been.
We decided to take the chance to go for the bonus. and we came up 2 spots short.
Close.
So, but it was still good, man. It was good. It was a good time. It was fun.
Mike, you gotta stop dirt tracking on the asphalt.
Dude, that was awesome.
I was impressed, though, Mike. I was impressed.
Yeah. Dude, I'll tell you
Listen,
what.
you had bigger balls than the rest of them. At least you showed up.
So New Egypt hot laps are on the track now. Nice donut on your quarter panel. Yeah, donuts me with my own tire.
Yeah, imagine that.
Oh, yeah. I shaved. So.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's why I noticed that the other day. I was like, "Holy shit! Look at this
guy." I couldn't take it. It was miserable. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, no, Saturday. Yeah, I just I had a headache. I was feeling good. Everything was good. And then Sunday morning, man, I don't know. Been through this before. So then a couple of the kids went down, but it's all good, man. We're getting better. I look 10 years younger. Yeah, that's what I hear. So, all right. So I guess the Rockingham guys, we're not going to be chatting with them this week.
Next week.
Okay. Okay. So next week, hopefully. But we do have a really good show for you here tonight. Again, I did no prep work for this, and I do apologize. I'm sorry.
They're all used to it.
Yeah, man. So, that's cool. So, who do we got? He's a sportsman driver, right? Came from the slingshot ranks. Gary, I'll let you introduce him because you probably know more about him than I do.
All right. So we got Pennsylvania sportsman driver. He got no home track. He literally races wherever he feels like going. So he's your kind of guy, Joel. No, he don't race for points.
Yeah,
wherever he feels like showing up.
Yep.
So, Doug Smith Jr.
How are you guys?
What's up, Doug?
Same stuff, just another day.
Yeah, man. So thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. And
thanks for having me.
So as long as you keep talking and keep it interested, we'll keep talking and we'll keep the show going. If not, we're going to kick you off and I'm going to go back to bed.
I'll do my best.
So, Doug, you don't race anywhere, for points or any of that other stuff. You just kind of run wherever.
Yeah, the plan was to run Big Diamond for all this year, but we had some rough starts. We finished second the first week out, which was promising, and we junked the car the next 2 nights. We took out the front end, then we flipped it.
So you're a sportsman, right? You're a sportsman guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so then that's to be expected.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But we after that we knew we weren't the points running, so we decided, you know what, let's go try some tracks we wanted to race.
Nice.
And we hit Thunder Mountain and Afton so far this year, and we have some other tracks lined up.
So let's start from the beginning. How did you get involved in racing?
So my father was on the crew chief for Brian Davis a long time ago, and I've always just been around racing for a while.
The name sounds familiar. Where are they out of, Brian Davis?
Same place.
Jefferson Modified guys?
Modifieds, yeah. From the track is forgetting me. It closed in 04. I can't remember the track, but he did good down there, and then just over time I hung out with my father. We went to the races. And I decided baseball wasn't doing it for me anymore, and I'm like, I want to race. So we bought a slingshot and raced down at Hamlin.
You're pretty successtional in the slingshot, right?
Yeah, we for the first year, Makatech, Danny just said Makatech.
Okay,
that's where Brian.
Yep.
Okay,
yeah. So he could fight.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's we had a pretty good first season. We had 2 wins, one at Hamlin, one at PennCan. We finished 6th, which was pretty good. I mean, we were racing against, at that time, the best of the best junior slingshot drivers. And I was a little old for that class. I mean, I think the age limit was 16, and I was turning 16 that year. So that following year, we moved up to All-Stars, which then again, we finished 6th. We didn't have any wins that year. A lot of top 5s, a couple heat race wins. And then after that, some of my sponsors, my father, we all decided, it's not fun racing those cars anymore, so we bought a Sportsman.
Yeah.
And,
So you're a first generation driver. You guys just hung out with another crew. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what made you decide to go from slingshot to sportsman? Was it an easy transition? Because I mean they're almost the same, right?
Yeah,
Setup wise.
Yeah, to a point. No, there's a lot more obviously in a sportsman
right.
to do and all that stuff. It was just we figured that we'd have more success in a sportsman. The payout would be better as a sportsman. And we could also follow my teammate around. If he was going to a certain track, we'd have both of our crew guys there, and it would just make things a little easier, share tools and all that. So it was just the transition for me personally. It was kind of tough because slingshot. I mean, that's rack and pinion steering. You move 1 inch to the left, and you're almost spinning out. So it was a big transition. Driving with two hands, almost driving with one with crate. But I kind of got the hang of it quickly at 5 Mile Point. We won the spring championship there, the rookie season. We went 4 for 4. So after that, we decided to go to Big Diamond, and that was that's like Talladega for crates. That thing is long and fast. It's
fast.
So I think you've never been to Orange County then.
No, we have not.
Yeah.
I want to, but with the dust, I don't know yet.
So. No comment.
Yeah, no comment. So
listen, they're working on it, man. It's getting better.
Yeah, they're trying.
It seems like a fun track. It really does.
Orange County's absolute blast.
Blast. I watch a lot of in-car, and it just seems like a blast. It's just
when it's right, it's really good.
Right.
Listen,
Yeah.
The beginning of the season traditionally, Orange County has always been a little dusty. Listen, the dusting in Middletown is nothing new. You know what I mean?
No.
Years ago when I first started, you followed the color in front of you and you hope that they didn't stop. Once they get it under control, though, that place is absolutely amazing to race at. It really is. It's a ton of fun. Yeah.
I think we're headed down.
Even the top side, you know what I mean? There was never a top side at Orange County with the old surface.
And they've flattened it. They've made it the way it used to be, I guess, back in the 60s and 70s. It was very flat. Joe Howard put banking in that place. That made that place very, very fast. And then what they did was they flattened it out, and it slowed everybody down by like a second or so. So if you think Big Diamond's fast, dude, wait till you get to Middletown.
Yeah, we're probably gonna hit that later this year. Well, as I hope it.
Good.
So.
Yeah. And where are you guys based out of? Where are you towing from?
Jefferson Township. So
where's that?
Do you know? It's pretty much 30 minutes from Scranton. So
okay. Yeah, shit, man, you ain't far from us. Okay.
So now you get the Sharkies fuel, the 119. What's your ties to Brian Malcolm?
Now, see, listen, Gary, man, you're getting pretty good at this, brother. Because I was going to ask. Listen, I didn't realize that the Sharkies was on the card. Okay, so Flying Brian Malcolm, here we go.
Flying Brian, my hero. He took over the car from Brian.
Don't tell people that he's your hero.
I don't want to publicly announce that. I should have watched my words there. Really. Might have some people come after me now. He took the car over after Brian Davis, and again, my dad worked with him on the car at least, and then just over time then I started racing, and then we just I decided to take his number and we're teammates, and we're just wherever we go, we go.
Now, is that Brian's company, Sharkies?
No, it's he just works for Sharkies. His name's Rocky. He owns that. So.
And what is that? Is that a fuel company or something? What is that?
Yeah, propane.
Oh, so guy's a trillionaire right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
So Brian shouldn't have no problem getting the new motors that he just did.
That's right. He just.
That's what he did.
You think so, right?
Yeah.
We have to diagnose him, but like I said, the big block didn't do too well on Saturday, so we have to figure out what's wrong with that.
Yeah, man.
So what are some of the other tracks that you said you've run 5 Mile Point, Pencan?
I didn't race Pencan. Well, in Slingshot I raced Pencan.
The Slingshot, okay, yeah. So we're counting those as well. And then what was the other one?
The Sandbox at Afton.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What are some of the other racetracks that you've been to, or just a handful there?
We just recently went to Thunder Mountain. That was a lot of fun.
Okay, that's right. Okay.
In the Slingshot, I was at Hamlin. I raced Linda Speedway. The Shellhammers race, that was a lot of fun. One of the really small, I can't remember the name of it. I'm losing tracks here left and right.
So good.
But
how old are you?
I was 17.
So if you can't remember shit now, dude, you're gonna be in trouble by the time.
Listen, I already know. I tell everybody. Early onset of dementia, so we'll see how that pans out.
Yeah. Listen, go with dementia and not marijuana. So that's
that's right.
Absolutely.
No, but we raced other tracks. Accord, that was a big one. We were just there for the Gobbler. That was a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, that place is awesome.
It is. It really is. My favorite track overall, I have to say, is Linda's with the Slingshot.
Now, where is that, Linda's Speedway? That's the first I've ever heard of that place.
Let me look. Linda's Speedway.
So I take it you didn't drive there?
No. I slept the way down there.
Nice.
That's in Jonestown, PA.
Okay.
In Lebanon County.
Okay. And where, and how far,
So that's almost in Amish country, no?
That's yeah.
It's real close
there.
there.
Racetrack and Amish country.
Who would have thought it, right?
Who would have thought? Wow.
Huh.
It's about 2 hours from us, so we went down there once.
That's interesting.
The week
and
before
this is your first season or second season at Sportsman?
Second season.
Second season, okay. And where do you plan on taking this? I mean, do you Are you looking to stay sportsman or whatever whatever the tide brings? That's what you're going to do.
I tell my father, throw a bag over my head and take me to a racetrack. I'll race. So I
Okay.
don't care what car, wherever I land, what track, doesn't matter.
Right.
I just like racing. So
Yeah,
hopefully we do get a big blocks.
Now you think you'll be able to continue that all season long with the way things are going with fuel prices and tire shortages and stuff like that? You think the traveling game is beneficial? You think?
To a point, once we figured out, like I said, that we couldn't do points at Big Diamond, we another reason why we started traveling is to build up a skill set, because I'm still a young driver, so it's important to not just be good at one track, but to be good at a lot of tracks. So that was the whole point at Thunder Mountain, race on Hoosiers, race at that kind of track where everything's dirt sealed, and that was experience. I know how if someone threw me in a Hoosier car, I can now race on Hoosiers. But I don't think we're gonna see me going down to like Bridgeport, any of those long tracks, because at that point, spending $300 in diesel it's not worth it.
Right.
And have the possibility of dunking the car, it's a lot of money at that point.
Yeah.
Right, and considering where you're located, I mean that's probably the best case scenario. You're an hour and a half here, hour and a half there.
Yeah,
to where you're at. I mean that's not too bad of a tow, I guess, really.
No, we have a lot of choices. So wherever we feel like
it's nice to have them options
it is.
in that distance.
Yeah. What kind of chassis are you running?
We have a Troyer TD4.
What is that, a TD4?
So they have different, obviously, like Bicknell's have like 2022 Bicknell. That's just their version of, TD4. It's the second newest. They have a TD5, which Brian runs. We just have a TD4, and we raced that last 2 years. And it's, I like it. It's nice. It's still on the stiffer end, but it's I like it.
Okay. And you're on coils or
yeah. Coils.
Okay.
It's not Troyers. I mean, not many people really use the Troyers. I mean, they make a hell of an asphalt modified.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Troyer makes a really good modified.
Yeah. A lot of people like it, but I think that's to do maybe with pricing. Maybe it's a little cheaper. I'm not sure on pricing, but
yeah.
And you're 602 crate, right?
Yeah.
So excuse me. So sorry about that. So there, I mean, you're the fuel for the car isn't too bad, but I mean, you're paying at the pump, what you would normally pay for racing fuel, right?
Yeah, we don't use pump fuel. We use racing fuel. So I think we use 110 octane. I think, if I remember. So it's more expensive, obviously, but it's not it's not as expensive as Brian's. I don't know what modifieds run for octane wise. It's just it's expensive, but I feel like especially talking to our motor guy, we have an Enders motor.
Okay.
And he just
Create Enders.
What?
Yeah. A Create.
Oh yeah, Create. Yeah. No, he told. Oh, sorry, we run D98. That's what it was, not 110. I think Brian runs 110 in the modified.
Brian runs 110 in the Sportsman that he runs at Penn Can. We got it, man. Listen, we're right now.
Take the notes,
talk
right?
Talk a little closer into the microphone, please.
I lost a train of thought. So
I do that.
Our motor guy said to run D98. Best performance and longevity of the motor is important.
Right.
You don't want to buy a new motor every week. So.
Yeah, no.
But that seems to be the popular fuel of choice, though, in crates now.
It really,
right?
Is
that what you run, Joel, or no?
Well, we don't have the crate motor is not in the car right now. We have an open motor, but with the crate motor, I always ran what is that, Sunoco 93? Right out of the pump. Yeah, as long as it was Sunoco, Pete Matthews was okay with that. I mean, it was his crate motor, and that's all I ran. And it's getting to be where I'm starting to get a little worried because the price of fuel is crazy, man. It's $13 a gallon for us. And we're going through 8 gallons a night. Yeah. And listen, last week, man, we burned up some fuel. With 40 laps. But and then this weekend we're 47.
47.
So, but I guess that's the price you pay. If you want to go racing, you know what I mean. It's in the fuel. So we fixed the one issue. We get everybody on DOT tires, which are going to last forever, and then now the fuel goes out of hand here.
Now, how's your tire situation, Doug? Are you strapped? Are you
We have a lot of tires.
I was gonna say you guys have to bounce between Hoosier and American Racer, right?
Yeah, we have. I think we have 2 sets of Hoosiers, but we have a ton of sets of American Racers. Brian had a ton of vouchers for winning that American Racer Cup and a bunch of races.
Wow. Okay.
He won the Penn Can match race, so he's got tires.
Yeah.
Out of his butt. But we have a lot of used tires that we still use because especially at Afton and there's no tire wear there. You can run used tires and still be very competitive. Right. Big Diamond's very rough on tires. It's a great track. I love it to death. It's just so rough on tires. We burn through at least a right rear every night. Right. The one night we burned through a left front, which was not expected at all. But
this is Big Diamond.
Big Diamond, yeah.
Yeah, and how big is Big Diamond? Was it 3/8, right?
I think it's 3/8.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's weird. I just wouldn't think that it would be that abrasive on tires because the trucks.
You ran Big Diamond once.
Yeah,
didn't
I
you?
ran there with the Sportsman and the street stuff. Okay.
Yeah,
the place is fast, yeah.
Yeah,
it's very abrasive.
It's a very fast racetrack.
Yeah. It's a
nice facility. It's well maintained. It's a good place.
It's awesome.
Yeah, my a buddy of mine, Timmy Pitts, he's the announcer at Orange County Fair Speedway. He was the announcer there for a few seasons. Yeah. So, what do you prefer, Doug? The American Racer or the Hoosier? What's lasting longer for you?
We only raced one race on Hoosiers, no tire wear. So I'm assuming the Hoosier would be a little better on tire wear. Like I said, I really don't have experience with American Racers, but I like American Racers better. Oh, by far. Yeah. Every single time going through 1 and 2 at Thunder Mountain, I thought I was going to spin out because they just don't have that grip that Racers do. Yeah. So it was a completely different driving style. I was using a lot of brake to keep straight.
That place was awesome. It really was. We had a chance to go up there for the first time last year. I'd never even seen the place before, and dude, I would not want to crash over the wall in what is that, turn 3? But yeah, what a really cool facility. Really nice place. Yeah.
There's been a lot of races that I've seen that I just jaw dropping. So
yeah. So who's paying most of the bills on the car? You are, or Dad is? Mom and Dad are?
I sure as hell ain't. I'll leave that. I got no money. Listen, I'm a spoiled rotten kid.
My still in high school?
Yeah, I'm still in high school. Senior year. We're graduating.
We love the honesty.
Absolutely. Listen, it's better than I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
No, I do a lot of work in the car. I help out as much as I can, but I don't pay the bills. I'll let you know that.
So let's talk about some of the sponsors on your car. Who's helping you guys out here?
We have a lot of help from obviously my father. He's a good job. That's Trundle Consulting. That's one of our sponsors. He paid for our trailer. Nice. We have Smoke and Joe's. He a lot of experience. He gives us a lot of money. He does a lot for us. We have ENR Roofing, Coldwell Banker.
Smoke and Joe's. I've heard those guys before. They got somebody who's
Brian's Flying Brian.
Okay.
So he does a lot of help for us. So we have Brian Davis Powder Coating. So he's still with us even though he doesn't race anymore. Yeah. Waymart Building Center, Sharky's Fuel, Howell Construction, Carl Maney Welding, Probes Transportation, Murray Performance Parts, May Equipment, Rip the Lip Media, Kaiser Valley Auto Records, Snyder Photography, Dig Shocks, GoPro, SD Bodyline, Darren's, and K1. I have a list.
Nice. Yeah. Good. Perfect, man.
Come prepared.
So, speaking of GoPro, Danny Carlo popped in here a little while ago, and he's a Christ, what's Danny run? He's run Sportsman, Small Block, Street Stock. I think he's running Street Stock now. Yeah. But he said he's a big fan of I guess you have a YouTube channel, right? Where you're a lot of in-car stuff.
I try to post every single weekend that I race.
Okay. And it's all in-car or
in-car? Yeah. Okay. I try to get 2 cameras in the car as much as I can.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, been a YouTube fan, watching your in-cars for a while. Definitely a fan now because of the personality. Smart dude. Keep on the mind track you're in. All right. Dan, you drinking? Keep on the mind track you're in.
Yeah, I try to post every week. Sometimes it doesn't work out. I didn't post the the flip, which I should.
Yeah. So you upside down. Oof.
Yeah.
That was always my biggest fear when I strapped in that Sportsman. I'm 6'8". Yeah. I can have a hard time getting out when it's upright. I can't imagine trying to crawl out of that thing upside down.
They had me upside. I'm sitting there. I'm just hanging, dangling like a fish in there. And the guy comes over. He's like, "You all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Just flip me over." He's like, "No." Yeah. He's like, "I can't." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "You gotta get it upside down because there's oil pouring out of the motor." And he's like, "You got to get out now." I'm like, I can't get in normally. You got to help me out, man. I don't know.
No shit, man.
So, was the car completely destroyed, or were you guys able to save anything, or was it?
Yeah, the actual like the motor, the drive shaft, the rear end, all that was fine. It was, you know, it was pretty much perfect to say the least. The whole front end was pretty much junk. And the chassis did bend on the cockpit right here on my right side. Yeah. So we bought a new TD4.
That's a wrap. Yeah, for those.
Yeah. So that we had to tear the whole car down and put it back together.
So what caused the flip?
So I came out of 2, and there was 2 guys ahead of me, and they were hooked together, and I didn't see that at first. So I hit him in the back, and I kind of leaned off of them. I'm like, well, maybe they're gonna start going to the bottom. So I see them start both moving to the left. So I kept up top. I'm like, I'm not gonna go down there. And then I think they unhooked, the guy spun right ahead of me, and I jumped his right rear and just tumbled.
There's only been 2 times, I should say 3 times, that I've seen anybody flip over and been able to keep going. One was, of course, Dale Earnhardt Sr. And then the other 2, one was Danny Johnson, did it in Middletown, and I think he wound up finishing 3rd Eastern States 200. And then I think Tommy Meyer one night did it. Didn't Tommy Meyer flip over in the feature? Yeah. So I kind of would have been the same way, Doug. I would have been, hey, listen, man, flip me back over. Let's see if this thing starts.
I would have loved to, but we got out the whole front end.
Well, I did watch Kyle Welch's dad, Ronnie Welch, flip over in the heat race, but he came back in the feature, so he wasn't.
We didn't have that luxury, unfortunately. I don't know if you can say it's a luxury. It is what it is. It's bound to happen eventually. It just sucks that it did. You never want to flip.
So without racing,
especially that early in the year. That's brutal, man.
Third race in, junk in a car,
Third race in, that's brutal.
Yeah. So what are some of the other what's your plans here for 2022? Where are you guys looking ahead?
We went to Afton 2 weeks ago, and I really enjoyed that track. It was very racy, which I wasn't really expecting, but it was super racy, 2 lanes. But so we're gonna go back there this Friday. We're gonna be bouncing from either that track to Thunder Mountain. We want to get up to Accord a couple times. That's a fun track. I always like that track. Maybe hit Penn Can for King of the Can. Maybe do that. Just wherever we feel like going, we're gonna load up and go.
Yeah.
So that's what's good about it. When you're not points racing, man. Whatever you just want to go, just go. That's how that's kind of how I was. I raced pretty much everywhere too. I mean, I wasn't very good at it, but I did it. But I had fun, man. I tell the truth.
Listen, Gary, you've been to tracks I've never been to at all.
Yeah, I'm saying I up and down, Pennsylvania, Jersey. I mean, it's just to do it, and like you said earlier, to get that experience of racing on different tires and different things like that.
I mean, there's nothing better than you get guys who are very, very good at one racetrack and then they go somewhere else, man, and they're total dog shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
Listen, Mike Morris is one of the best factory stock guys in the Northeast right now, and he came to Bethel, and boy, he got humbled quickly. But I can tell you though that when those guys come back, man, I think that they'll be correct. You know what I mean? I think and that's just. Like he said, he's like, listen, man, I've never raced asphalt before.
Yeah.
And now, you know what I mean? And now, you know what I'm saying? So it just makes you a better driver.
Have you ever done asphalt, Doug?
No,
that's kind of where I was leading to.
I want to. I get the chance, I definitely will.
It's a different...
There was some... Go ahead.
No, go ahead. That's just
I was going to say, there's some slingshot. Yeah, it really is. I watch a lot of in-car. It never hurts to watch in-car video. It really doesn't. I watch a lot of from... I can't remember what track it was, but it was a TQ, and those seem like a lot of fun. They seem dangerous, but they seem like a lot of fun in asphalt.
Oh, dude, they're crazy fast.
No,
TQ, especially at Bethel, they get around good there.
They do.
Yeah. That's if you're looking to try places, man, that's one of the tracks you might want to try because it's a very humbling place. It's tough, man. It's got banking in 1 and 2, and it's really flat in 3 and 4, but it's a tight little bull ring, man.
Yeah. And it's not big, so it's not heavy on the motor and nothing like that. It's different.
No doubt.
So so basically just looking to stay in the sportsman division, and if the tide takes you to a small block or modified ride, I mean that's where you're looking ahead. You're looking to go NASCAR. Where are you looking for this to possibly take you? What are the hopes and dreams?
I think everybody's dream when they strap into a race car is to go to NASCAR. That's you don't think so?
Nah,
at least at my age.
Mine was always late models. World
That-
Outlaws.
That's me.
Oh,
See, that would be me. My aspiration would be like a Kyle Larson, man. Sprint
Yeah.
cars, late models,
Yeah,
whatever.
whatever yeah.
They're
whatever
racing
you can do,
midgets
like that.
tonight. They got a big midget race. He's racing midget. Like that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
If I can get a ride in NASCAR, I mean, I would do it. Maybe I can work my way up, and make it a living. But if I have to stay local and just run big blocks, I mean, I'm more than content.
Listen,
you know.
Just ask Matt Shepard and Stuart Friesen. You can make a living.
Yeah, you can.
Rides.
Yeah, you can.
But as far as NASCAR goes, I mean, you're a couple of years away from being aged out, though.
Yeah, so that's the thing that sucks about starting at 15, 16.
And I think that's what kind of killed NASCAR anymore. You don't have the older personalities. You just got kids. You just got kids. No offense, but you know what I mean. It's you know what I mean. The Kevin Harvicks and the Dale Earnhardts and all, the old cranky guys are starting to go away.
Yeah,
it's true.
That's what sucked about starting. I guess a lot of people starting now in like quarter midgets at 7, 6, whatever age. I started at 15, turning 16. So I didn't have
17.
Right, yeah. So we didn't have a lot of experience. A lot of these guys who I'm racing against, they've either been racing for all their life or they've been racing since they were 8. So it's
with the money behind them too. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And just been in a good car.
Yeah.
They don't know what it's like to drive junk. And then that spindle's bent. It'll be all right. Just stretch the tie rod out a little bit more, man. It'll straighten it right out. Yeah.
And going back to like the older guys, in that, like I'm going to compare NASCAR to the older school NASCAR guys are really struggling with this new next gen car.
Yeah.
And it goes back kind of like with the coil deal. I mean, we've had guys on that are old school guys that didn't want to switch to the coils, because they're old school, and it took them a while to figure it out. Like even when we had Danny Creedon on, he was saying the same thing. It's just amazing to me how like the old school guys they're having trouble adapting in NASCAR the way they are.
Yeah, well, I mean, Jerry Higby's building, Hig Fab chassis and stuff, and he'll be the first to tell you, he can tell you what you need to do, and he can't do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not that he can't, but he's just, he hasn't found that sweet spot yet for himself.
I mean, and when we talked to Brett Hearn, you're talking about one of the best to ever strap in a race car. When we talked to him about riding the coils, he didn't like them either.
Yeah.
The way that, he was telling us, I mean, they're rough. If you get it on, they bounce you halfway to hell. You know what I mean?
Bloomsburg, I bounced real hard.
Yeah.
That was one of those moments where you settle back down. You're like, ouch. That's an instant headache. You're like, I just want to get out of the car. That's how bad it hurts. 5 mile point, same way. I hit a big rut going into turn 1. I thought I was gonna go over. I really thought I was gonna go over turn 1 and just fly over the wall.
Yeah, and that's the thing with the coils. If it's a smooth racetrack, then coils are on point. But if it's a rough, it's tough, man. You're really beating yourself up.
You really are,
Yeah.
I've never raced bars, but who knows with some tracks not getting the clay because I'm assuming it's more expensive. Might have to switch over and see what they offer me. Yeah,
I mean, if it keeps going the way it is, it might not be a bad option.
Yeah.
It's.
So we've reached that part of the show where I always like to ask our drivers and stuff, if there's any race that you could possibly win in your career, other than the Daytona 500, what race would that be?
Anything.
Any division.
Oh man.
Other than the Daytona 500.
No, the Daytona 500. Yeah. Any division. Wow. My mind jumps to the Port Royal 200 lapper. I don't know why. I want to race that so bad. Just sitting there for 200 laps, I'll probably be dead by the end of the night. But it's got to be fun. In Indy 500.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a race that I've never been a big Indy fan, but that's a prestigious race.
I think it's just the nostalgia.
Is Port Royal on your list?
Yeah, I want to go there this year. Yeah, I really want to go there this year. My buddy went there last year. He didn't do too well, but he said it was a lot of fun.
Had a blast, though.
He had an absolute blast.
Yeah.
He was getting past like nothing else, but he was up top and he was having fun.
The Port Royal 200, is that for modifieds or
modifieds?
Okay.
Yeah, modified, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that place looks like almost like a Williams Grove or something. Really, really pristine place. Very nice.
It is. It's a huge place. It's got to be at least a half mile, I would think, right?
I would assume so. Didn't Pouchy have a bad wreck there last year? I think it was Port Royal. He had a really terrible wreck there. He junked the entire car.
Oof. Yeah, I don't remember.
I think he went straight right into turn 3 at the end of the straightaway. No brakes.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You lose brakes there, man. That's a fast joint, man. And it's well maintained. The track is always smooth. It's a really nice place.
It's racy.
The short track Super Series goes there.
Yeah.
That's
So any following Brett Deo shows, anything like that? You guys chasing the money, or are you just chasing the tracks right now?
Chasing the tracks. I'd love to get some Deo shows in. We were gonna go Accord, but school got in the way, so we had to. School. Oh man, got to sit in a classroom for 8 hours. How fun!
Listen, that's mom's choice, right? That's not.
It was mom's choice. It was. It was. Me and my father advocated, but she didn't butt.
Yeah.
We advocated. We tried, but
listen, that's when you spike her salad. Oh, mom went to sleep.
We can't race.
Where did you guys go? Mom, you took a nap. We were out.
Oh man, no, like I said, I like to run some Deo shows. I haven't really looked at the schedule after I was looking at schedules all preseason, like, oh yeah, we could race here and here, and then Big Diamond went to crap, and I was like, well, I don't know where we're racing now. So it's been kind of Yeah, it is what it is.
Anybody else you'd like to go ahead?
No, I say at the Dale, he gets around the Sportsman, up north, like Thunder Mountain and stuff. I don't know if he goes there, but
I think they do.
I think he does.
That's what I'm saying. You'll definitely have opportunities for sure. He does it right, man.
He does.
He does it right. It's phenomenal. What he puts into it, and and the respect that he has for the driver, and it shows, and why that series is taking off the way it is.
Right.
Well, he's I think he's the modern day Glenn Donnelly, and Glenn Donnelly knew how to talk to drivers and how to treat drivers. Don't get me wrong, man. He's still a businessman. He's still going to make money, but he understands the cost of racing. He understands what it takes for teams to to put stuff together, and
he does everything so efficiently. He runs an efficient show. He knows if you're racing on Tuesday, 90% of the guys, you got to go to work Wednesday morning. So
the show doesn't need to be past 10 o'clock at night. You know what I mean? So,
that's one thing that Afton did really well. We were home by 10:30.
That's perfect, man.
That was awesome. Yeah. That was so nice. It was incredible.
And listen, I'm a fan of 12 o'clock, gates open racing starting at 2. Yep. I really am. Fortunately, I have a job that allows that, but sometimes, but you know what I mean? It just
some racetracks you just can't race in the daytime.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You know what I mean? Yeah. You go, you just can't. You need the sun to go down.
Yeah.
I mean, Middletown is one of them.
I was gonna say Middletown, maybe Oswego during Super 8 week. That place is a little rough. Yeah,
it's rough during the day.
That track was just rough all last year, wasn't that? It was
Oswego, I mean, it looked as almost if they had the surface down. They had to figure out how they were going to do things, and then I don't know what happened.
Then they go
one piece of clay came up, and it just
that was
it.
Takes.
It takes
literally right down to the asphalt in spots.
Yeah.
That was bad.
And no doubt, who was the guy that wrecked? Was it? I don't know who it was, but he was going into turn 1.
Who didn't?
Yeah, who did? That's a better question. That's a much better question.
What was great is when people started selling their race cars, they're like, "This was not raced at Oswego." They put that in the headline. That was great. I'm like, that's bad when you got to put it was not raced at Oswego.
Well, they were breaking frames and stuff, man. You know what I mean?
Terrible, man.
The only winner was Shot Companies. That was the only winner there.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Listen, that's when you get those guys from Baja up there. You know what I mean? The shocks are this big around.
Yep.
They're hitting.
Just imagine trying to race on coils on that.
Can't even imagine.
So Doug, you go to high school full time, play any sports, anything like that? You working?
I used to do baseball, and then I said, this ain't fun anymore. Let's turn left a bunch of times, and it was actually a lot more fun than playing baseball. So I'm starting to work this summer. I'm part of a club for my school, Science Olympiad. I'm a bit of a nerd.
I was gonna say you should really keep that to yourself.
Yeah, man. Listen, I'm alright with it. I'll say it. I got like 17 medals, so I'm happy.
Listen, I push my kids. Listen, guys, it's okay to be a nerd. You know what I'm looking for? I'm looking for them to all get really good jobs, so that when they get older, they can sponsor my racing.
That's right. That's.
I got one who's in medical school right now, and I'm like, yes.
Yeah,
that's why I always say. I got 4 of them. One of them, I just want to make enough money. I'll just live in your basement. I don't
Yeah.
shit.
Listen, and I'm not paying rent.
No, I'm not
right.
paying
And you're
rent,
gonna come to my room and get my dishes.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh man. So yeah.
So that's good, man. Listen, you got to be a good student. What do you? And you're looking to go to school in the fall, right? Graduate this year.
Yeah, I'm going to Penn State Scranton for 2 years. I'm going to main campus
Penn
for
State,
software
absolutely.
engineering.
Awesome.
Software engineering.
Awesome.
So
There you go.
hopefully, I can make it through the engineering courses. And
listen, don't forget us little guys, man.
Don't worry, I'll come back.
When you're up there making the new Facebook.
Yeah.
Listen, this one, guys, you just plug right into your temple.
That's right. You automatically just get the capabilities you need.
Yep.
So,
but yeah, should be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, anything else other than a slingshot and a sportsman that you've raced, or has that pretty much just been what you've run like your?
I raced Brian's 358 the one night at 5 Mile Point.
So you didn't tell us about that. How'd that go?
Oh, that's a loaded question. So I was actually doing pretty good.
Did you wreck it? Did you wreck the car?
No, but Brian wrecked his. So I'm like, and he was fighting for a
Into
championship.
you?
No, into someone else. And I thought he was fighting for a championship that night. So I'm like, if I'll pull off, he'll hop in my car and continue and get the points.
Yeah.
It didn't happen. So I started.
No,
it doesn't work. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I started in the back. I was up to 9th. I think I went all the way back to 14th, 15th. And I think I made my way back up to 9th. So
nice.
I was making passes. I was running the top. It was quick. Those things move.
Yeah.
Well, that's a whole different. Yeah. Sure.
Whole different. I mean, and plus the setup. He sets the car up way different than I do. He likes a tighter car. I like a balanced car. And I hopped in that car and it was cool. It didn't want to turn. It really did not. I got in the car. I'm like, what do you do to this thing?
These guys are old school, man. They drive with the throttle. You know what I mean? It's all off the right rear.
Yeah, it was.
Yep.
So but it was fun. It was a whole lot of fun. It made the sportsman feel slow. That's hopping back in that thing was tough because
that's always been my issue. Yeah, I run a street stock and I spent a few seasons in a pro stock. I've run a sportsman a couple times, and I go back and I think one year we were trying 4 cylinders, and I think I maybe ran 4 or 5 races, and I was like, "This is stupid."
Can't do it
because it was like you run a big car for so long, and then you know what I mean, and then. Yeah, so then we just stuck with the street stock, but yes, I could totally understand that.
Imagine what it's like for Stuart Friesen.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Christ,
you know what I mean? A truck, everything going a million miles an hour, and then you go back down to that. It's probably like driving.
Well, that was always my thing. Guys who came from Orange County that went to Syracuse, and the reason they always did so well is because Middletown was so fast. Then when you went to Syracuse, it was like nothing. You know what I mean? That place did not intimidate me at all.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And, everything slows down.
Yeah. I can remember looking down the front stretch going, what the hell are we doing here? But once we went green, it was like, same shit,
Yeah.
That
was beautiful. Wow.
That was miserable, dude.
Wowzers.
Sorry about that, guys. Listen, we are going to get 0 views tonight, and it's not because of you, Doug. They're going to be like, Joel really almost had me throw up like 4 times.
Joel's sick.
like 4 times I was going to puke. So.
Oh, man.
But yeah, so, what's up, LOD? So, so Doug, we really truly appreciate you coming on here with us, man, and thank you so much for dealing with the snotness.
Thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun.
Dude, I would definitely love to have you back on, especially next year. Once you get going with college and all that other stuff, and see how the racing's going. Yeah. Listen, I think that the best racers are the guys who bounce around. I think that those are the guys that have really become talented and. Yep. Joel needs a spit. Sorry, Herb.
I always said that too. Some guys just don't travel. They stay at a home track and they don't go around. To be able to get around.
Listen, they become very, very good where they are, and they get comfortable, and they learn a lot of bad habits.
Yeah.
And but when you start bouncing around from track to track, you know what I mean. You kind of learn. What it is you can and can't do with your car, and just different scenarios, different tracks.
I just think it makes you a better driver.
100%.
I'm excited to go back on racers to see what I can do at Afton because, like I said, I've never used a lot of brake with racers. It's always been a lot of grip, and wherever I put it, the car went.
Yeah.
With those Hoosiers, it was tough. I had to ride the brake on the corner to keep it straight, and then a lot of throttle control. It was I'm excited to go back to racers.
Do you do any iRacing?
I did a lot of iRacing. It's kind of slowed down recently. I don't have the best computer, so it's hard to run a lot.
Yeah.
But I want to do a lot more. It definitely was beneficial coming into the Sportsman. I did a ton of iRacing.
Listen, I was 1,000 times skeptical up until about 2 weeks ago. And Gary could probably attest for this. I got a buddy of mine. His son has been helping us work on the car, and he is 80, 90 hours a week iRacing. And this guy has got an unbelievable setup. I'm talking 3 screen. When you sit in the thing, you're like, holy shit, I'm really in a car. Yeah, and we kept trying different things, different scenarios, and going out. And then we actually tried it in the real car. And wow, I couldn't believe how realistic that was.
This is where I really strive. I use the VR headset.
Oh no! I can't do that.
And that oh man, that really
because that's putting you like right there, like no matter where you look, right?
You turn, it's crazy. There's been times I'll be in a wreck and I'm nauseous after. I'm like, whoa.
Sick. Yeah, that's me, man. I'm yep.
I flinch.
I'm sitting in the thing, right, and you got to hold the wheel because if you don't, it'll snap your damn wrist. And I don't like that shit. But I'm like, this is a video game. Let it go. But I went like this. Like I see the guy coming. I was like, oh shit, he's gonna hit me. You know what I mean?
No,
my car went like that, and he's laughing. And I was, but dude, I couldn't believe how realistic that is.
It's
and
crazy.
then you do some reading and stuff
that wrap right around it.
Yeah, then you do the more I was reading about it, the more how much like the NASCAR guys, if they've never been to the track before, that's what they're using.
Yep,
they're using this stuff, and I was like, I get it, I understand, I really do.
Yeah,
I think
a lot of drivers do. I mean, a lot of drivers use it. There's a lot of modified guys that are on. When you're on iRacing, you'd be surprised the amount of
Billy Van Image's a huge one. He's huge.
Perego's also a ton of it. I raced against him a bunch. I really have. It's,
even what's amazes me is even CD Colville, as old as he is,
right?
iRaces like crazy.
Really?
Yeah, and he does it good too. Yeah, man.
But dude, you can spend almost the same amount on one of them things that you would on a real car.
It's expensive, especially because it's a subscription-based service. So you have to pay every month, and all the tracks.
And then you got to buy the cars and the tracks. So
Then you try out one of the road courses. And goes, ooh, I like road racing, and you buy like 15 cars and tracks, and you're down the whole $300. And you're like, well, what happened here?
Yeah.
So I just seen our
here
for a car.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Michael said he's got about 10 grand in this thing.
Oh, jeez. I don't have that much.
The steering wheel alone, I think he said, was like 2,500.
Yeah, I was up over. I was close to $6 grand for my whole setup.
Listen, I couldn't imagine coming home.
It's got old school.
It's like a $200 wheel, and I love it to death. It's got all the pedals, and it's got a steering wheel that turns.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine. Well, I do it now, but coming home and going, "What is that?" This is my $3,000. This is so that I can listen to tune the motor, and then I put it here like this, and it makes the gas pedal go really fast. I couldn't do it. I mean, I could, but
it's important to have good pedals, though.
It is.
Dude, he can adjust the pedals to you. Like, I just. And then he does this thing with the tape measure to the screen.
I don't do that. No.
Well, that's important too, though.
It is.
I mean, it's really important to have that. The field of view is what it's called.
So then he had it so like the post of the window was here, so I had to look out over here to go straight, right? And I kept wrecking. So he's like, "Hold on," and then he moves the moved the seat and the vision, and then it was like, and then he goes, "All right, try that," and then I went out and I was like, "Oh shit, dude, it's just." It's crazy. This is crazy.
It really does. Especially they have like they call them butt kickers. They're motion seats. So like as you turn, you almost tilt. So like you have banking.
There's a couple of like Bristol. I ran a late model at Bristol, and when you go into the corner, man, I almost feel like that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like I got my head like this, and I'm.
Like, why am I doing this?
I was like, "Hey man, is your seat move?" And he's laughing. He goes, "No." He goes, "That's you." I was like, but you almost like feel it. It's like,
it's immersive. It really is. They did a great job. The sad part is it's not nearly as developed. Like the dirt side is not nearly developed as the asphalt side.
That's it.
There's no cushion. There's no real cushion model. The tire model isn't very good. driving modifieds, it doesn't, under caution, they don't act and feel the same. They're very twitchy. You move one side, you almost hit the guy next to you.
Yeah.
But when you're driving the real thing, you're not even close to that.
Well, I didn't know anything about spotters. So
yeah,
he's got.
Yeah.
I hear outside, and I just moved up. And next, like the thing is tumbling, and he's like, "Hold on to the wheel," and I'm like, "But I'm flipping over."
Right.
So I was like, "Oh, so I guess you need to listen to that guy." He goes, "Yeah, I mean, he told you outside 3 times." He goes, "You just moved up."
Yeah.
I couldn't stop.
There's a lot of guys too. Like I used to just on iRacing, like I said, and there are people that are so against spotters and the rear camera for dirt racing. They won't do it, and I'm like, I understand the spotter. Maybe get a little more realistic, but that rear camera is, it's kind of important when you're not actually in the car. You can't really hear the guys behind you. It's important, but whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's why like, when I had my setup, man, I had surround speakers. Like, it was fucking rocked the whole neighborhood, man. My neighbors would always know it was loud.
No, Larry's asking. He goes, "Hey Joel, you moving your ass over in the seat?" Listen, my leg just cramped up. I've been laying in bed for like 3 days, and I just went to move, and my leg went. It's like, oh my God, dude, this is horrible. Dude, this is the worst.
Yeah, Rona's no joke, man.
No, I don't.
So
I had it twice.
Dude, this is stupid. So
all
right,
we'll
man.
get to see you up at Accord anyway.
Yeah, dude.
Soon.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I get up there real soon. That's a fun track.
Yeah.
So.
And you ran well last time you were up there, so that's always,
ran third.
That's always a plus on your mind.
It is, yeah.
Was that Battle of the Bull Ring? When did you go up there?
That was the Gobbler.
The Gobbler, okay.
So I started like 5th or 7th, something like that, and I pushed wicked hard into one.
Bye, Doug.
Bye, Doug. He pushed wicked hard right on out of the
I pushed wicked hard. Let's give him a second.
His mom said that he has to go to bed. He has school tomorrow.
I clicked the button and it kicked me out. I don't know what happened.
We thought maybe it was past your bedtime.
Wi-Fi cut off. No,
that's what I do to my kids too. I turn the Wi-Fi off on them.
No, awesome. Middle of a sentence, I'm just looking. I'm like, oh, everybody went blank.
The car pushed wicked hot. Listen, you need to go to bed now, Douglas.
No,
You've got gym in the morning.
Oh, gee, no. I have 2 finals tomorrow. Then I'm leaving. I'm out. So hopefully I pass them. Who knows? So yeah, I pushed wicked hard going to 1, and I fell back to 10th or 11th, and I just started avoiding wrecks and making my way up and finished 3rd. So I was fighting Josh Allen for 2nd too.
Oh, nice.
So it was a good
battle.
Yeah,
we all know he's got a big motor.
Yeah. Oh man, no. Low blow there. No comment.
It'll be all right.
It's getting hot in here. It's getting hot.
It's all good.
Yep. It's all in good. It's all in good fun.
Yeah.
We're just kidding, Josh. We're breaking your chops, man. Don't worry about it.
Oh, brother.
That's why he went small block racing. He never changed nothing.
Yeah, we just lost 2 subscribers.
Yeah, we did.
Good lord.
No comment. Still.
Joel has no filter. Listen, Gary's got no filter, man.
Gary's. Oh man.
Oh, man, that was awesome.
Oh, all right. Well.
Anyway.
Poor Josh.
Yeah.
Nah, Josh is a good kid.
He's a good kid.
He's a good kid.
Listen, sometimes shit happens, dude, and when it does, especially in this world, man, you gotta have big shoulders. If not, then I don't know what to tell you, brother. You know. So, you all right, Doug?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, that took me by surprise. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot it even happened. I passed my mind. He brought it up.
Listen, the main name of this show, man, is Happy Hour, right? That's right. You've done nothing but laugh this past hour. So
that's right.
But,
wow.
So, Doug, listen, man, I can't thank you enough for joining us here this evening. And, dude, you're an absolute blast, man. Good kid, and you're on the right path, man. Your parents are doing a good thing, man. They've raised a pretty smart kid, and congrats to you, and best of luck throughout 2022, dude. We'd love to have you back on, man.
Whenever you need some content, bring it back in. I'm always open. I don't do much. So, thanks for having me, guys.
No worries, Doug. Thank you very much, man. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. See you. Thanks.
Good luck, man.
So, but dude, what a good kid, man. good sport there. He really is.
Oh,
So,
shit.
but
And it's good
so
to be that young and be able to talk.
yeah,
like
dude,
that,
you know what I
what
mean? Absolutely.
That's what
Absolutely.
I told him in the back in off air. I was like, man, I hope you can at least talk. And so we get some people. He's like, nah, I'll talk. I'm a talk.
Good,
So,
good.
okay.
Pretty, very not. Listen, I love when a young kid comes on and he's hands on with it. What are you running? Oh, I don't know. What's it called? Oh, I don't know. You know what I mean? Listen, that's all part of it, man. You need to know. You know what I mean? So
he was honest,
but
he don't pay the bills, but he helps out.
Yeah, and then so. But we saw that he piped in here a little while ago, but our heartfelt condolences out to the O'Donnell family, Larry O'Donnell, Andy Regan, Heather, the entire O'Donnell family. So Tammy O'Donnell passed away about a week ago, unexpectedly, and last night was the funeral / week. And again, my apologies for not being able to attend. Unfortunately, this stupid quarantine shit with this COVID nonsense. But Tammy, absolutely great woman. Always at the races, backing up her two brothers. Gary O'Donnell, of course, very famous race car driver for Bethel Motor Speedway, and of course her little brother Larry. So our thoughts and just our condolences to Larry and his entire family, and Tammy will more than definitely be missed. Just a very happy-go-lucky woman, always willing to lend an ear, and she had no qualms telling you how she felt about things, and if you were wrong, she'd let you know you were wrong. But one of those ladies that would tell us when we were younger, listen, don't do that because you guys are going to get in trouble. And then afterwards go, I told you guys were going to get in trouble. Yeah, man. So
it's always like that, man. It's always
it's been a rough couple of years, man, for LOD. It really has. But what a tough dude. My cousin is he's a strong dude, man. Strong character, and again.
I kind of felt bad for him Saturday. Everybody coming up. I left it alone. And Larry, I know you're watching, it wasn't that I didn't want to come over, but I know what you were going. I saw it in you, everybody. I didn't want to be, you know what I mean? I just feel bad, man. I know what it's like. It sucks. It sucks.
Yeah, it's
and it's cool that he was able to come to the track, and be around people, but in the same sense, it makes it. He probably came there to try to get away from the reality of it, and then everybody's like, it's a hard situation,
Yeah, man. Tammy was a big part of racing, even at that speedway and with the family and stuff, and it, you know what I mean. It sucks, man. It's I don't know. It seems like more and more we go to these things more and more as we get older, and I guess that's part of life. And eventually one day it's going to be us too, and. So you just hope that you live your life the best you can, and try and be a good person and be a decent human being. And you know what I mean?
They don't really prepare you for as a child. Growing up.
What makes it hard is that if it was a long illness or something like that, you know what I mean? You prepare. But when that doesn't happen, that makes it tough. It tough. And literally, they've lived across from each other for as long as I can remember. So
that's what makes it harder.
But yeah, as Larry just piped in, it's not easy. But I was with my other family Saturday, and
that's what I mean. Yeah,
you're damn right, man. Absolutely, But thank you to everybody who reached out to Larry and to the family, and commented on my posts earlier and stuff like that, and very much appreciated. Thank you so much, and 47 years. 47 years they lived across the street from each other, literally.
Wow.
Larry'd open up his living room window and yell over to Tammy, and Tammy'd be like, "What?" You know what I mean? So, just an absolute great person, and
that's the stuff you miss right there. The little things.
So married to Andy Regan for a long time, over 30 years, I think. But Andy's doing okay. He was at the track Saturday. He hadn't been to the racetrack in over 2 years, and yeah, man. So. If it's all right with you, man, I'd like to dedicate this show in memory of Tammy O'Donnell Regan here tonight, and Tammy, just know that your legacy will live on through myself, through Larry, through Andy, through Shelby, and and all the kids. And yeah, man. So we'll miss you. We'll miss you a lot. Yeah. So, but so next week, I do believe, hopefully, we will have the boys on from Rockingham Speedway, right? So that's been a little bit of an issue trying to get them on here, but it's been more of us. My goddamn legs are cramping. Wow, sorry, I'm like jumping here, man. Like, oh my god, that's horrible.
Yeah, so we'll have the VP of operations there and this promoter will be on.
So hopefully, we can.
Like he wants to come on. Like a lot of people don't realize that Rockingham, everybody talks about North Wilkesboro. Is what's coming back to life. But Rockingham, they both got equal amount of money, and they both,
I mean, they shut down completely, right, for years.
Yeah, they were closed down for years. Yeah. And Wilkesboro, everybody's excited about them putting the dirt on it in October for like a month or whatever like that, but Rockingham has, they call it the Little Rock, is an asphalt track, which they're going to it's going to be a full-time dirt track there.
Nice. Excellent.
So they got a lot of stuff going on, and that's why he wanted to come on. He got a lot to talk about, so it'll be a cool show.
Yeah, man. So, but all right, folks, that's gonna do it for us. I'm exhausted. I'm tired.
How many more days of the quarantine?
I think it's 5 total, so that it would be till Thursday. But I don't I don't know, man. I think Thursday officially the quarantine is over. Today I was actually feeling a little bit better, but I kind of seemed like I get tired really fast. The headache stuff has kind of gone away, just a lot of congestion right now. And then, Jesus, man, I'm sitting here, my legs are cramping up. I'm like, oh, Jesus. But I know I've drank a lot of water. I think it's just a lot of inactivity.
Well, you better saddle up, son. You got 47 hours.
Yeah, man. So, Michael Garaguso, he's like, hey, man, if you don't make the race this Saturday, can I drive your car? I was like, dude, I'll be there Saturday. Listen, I'll be there Saturday. Dude, I finally got a nice piece to thanks, Mike. I appreciate you, man. See you. Yeah, absolutely. I'll see you in July, brother. But dude. Again, thank you so much to the Garagusto family, to Tony and so Joe. Thanks for being a trooper. No worries, but and Michael, Anthony Jr., Tony Jr., Michael for iRacing. That's all I can say. We figured some stuff out on stupid ass iRacing.
It's really not stupid, man. You can really learn a lot on that. It's the closest thing you can get to real.
I'm not going to tell you exactly.
I know Matt Shepard calls it cartoon racing and all, but it's real, man. Well,
he might beat Stewart a little bit more if he tried some of the cartoon racing.
He may.
I think that he should get a hold of Wayne Eckerson and listen to what Wayne's got to tell him.
Oh, jeez. I'm sure he saw it. I wonder if Matt's even is a fan of that Observer.
Oh, I don't know. Probably not. Listen, I don't.
Yeah, but I'm almost certain Shepard's girlfriend is on there because she trolls Eckerson all the time on.
Oh, does she?
Yeah, she does.
Well, Wayne's kind of like you. I don't think he's a big fan.
So. Oh no, he's definitely not.
Yeah, I think that's why I like to bring his chops a lot about it. So
I just hope it gets to the bottom of the investigation someday with that.
Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy. Listen, I can remember announcing Eastern States, and then when Shepard took the lead, I was like, traction control engaged.
Yep. And he won 2 this past week. So
yeah, that was awesome.
Traction control was in full force.
All right, folks, that's gonna do it for us. Real big, quick shout out. Dave Gerard was on. Dave, congratulations in being inducted into the. Gosh. It's the Hudson Valley Stock Car Hall of Fame, I think is what it is. Dave Gerard. There was a bunch of guys. Harry Shortway was one. Bob Slate Sr., Keith Maka.
Simon.
Man, there was a whole list. Yeah, okay.
Senior, yeah. Joe.
What a great organization to be inducted into. My father got in there a few years ago. Ray Tarantino's dad was in there as well. Just a great organization. And so big giant news also. New York State Stock Car Association, NISCA. Everybody's heard of NISCA? You've heard of NISCA, Gary?
Yeah.
Okay, so they are a great organization. All the proceeds, all the money that they collect goes towards like an injured drivers fund. So if a local driver is injured, they help pay for the medical bills. They also, depending on, I believe, car count or something like that, but I think usually once a year they try to pick a racetrack or two, and they will throw some bonus money at some of the drivers. I do believe they also offer plaques and stuff like that at the end of the year, courtesy of the New York State Stock Car Association. So with that being said, I did a lot of promoting and handshaking and all that other good stuff. And this Saturday, hopefully this stuff gets to me before then. But come and see me. I will also be at the drivers meeting, and we'll talk a little bit more about it as well. But Bethel Motor Speedway will now be recognized as part of the NISCA family. You come see me, fill out an application, which is pretty much, I believe it's $25. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But you put a couple decals on the car, and you will be eligible for the NISCA insurance and stuff like that, and all the other accolades that go with that. So it's a great organization to be a part of. It took me a little bit to get Bethel Motor Speedway recognized. I know Sharon Loader used to do it for the Orange County Fair Speedway, and every time they came to Middletown, I wound up coming home with an extra $100 in my pocket because I happened to be the guy who won it. But a great organization, and I'm really glad to be a part of it, and I'm really glad that they have accepted Bethel Motor Speedway into their ranks. So it was something I campaigned for, and we got it. And thank you to Dawn Romer. Dawn also had to send them some information and stuff too. All divisions will be accepted, other than the open comp enduros, the Renegades, the minivans, but pretty much 4 cylinders, bandoleros, none of the touring stuff, none of the TQ guys, pro stocks, BMS mods. Everybody is eligible. So I do ask that once I get more of the detail and what the actual cost is, it's a one-time fee once a year, and I want to say it's like $25. I don't think it's that much. And again, all proceeds go to an injured drivers fund, and hopefully nobody ever has to use that fund. But it's a great organization, and I'm really glad that they're going to recognize Bethel Motor Speedway. So, yeah, man. So,
and they have their own like set of awards and stuff like that, right?
They do. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yep. So again, Bethel Motor Speedway, provided that you are a member of the New York State Stock Car Association, which again, you're going to come see me Saturday, and I'll explain it more once I get all the information. They're supposed to be mailing me the applications and the decals and how to get them paid. Once they send that all to me and I have the final detail, at the drivers meeting, I'll explain it a little bit more and how that goes. But yeah, at the end of the year, yes, you can be invited. I believe it's to right around the Albany area, and provided that I think the champions or maybe even the top 5, I'm not exactly sure. Don't quote me on that, but you are invited to the New York State Stock Car Association Awards banquet, and they have some really nice hardware. They have some really nice stuff that they give out. Yeah. So, but again, at the end of the day, though, it goes for a great cause. It goes for somebody, for an injured drivers fund. And, we've seen it time and time again where somebody gets hurt and they can't afford to pay their bills. And this is one of those organizations that helps with that, because we all know the ultimate sacrifice that some of us nitwits are willing to take for this sport that we love so much. But anyway, absolutely. So, yeah, man, I think it's awesome. That's going to do it for us. Thank you all so much for watching. I do apologize for this. I hope I didn't make anybody physically sick.
Yeah,
and
we'll so don't worry.
Yeah, I'm sure. If not, keep it in the comments. It's all good. So, thank you so much for subscribing. YouTube, Facebook. We're creeping up on that 5,000.
We're over that.
Oh, we're over 5,000 followers now.
Yeah.
When did that happen? I got to pay attention
more.
A
couple days. Yeah, that was last week.
Awesome.
Yep.
So over 5,000 followers. That's absolutely amazing. We never, ever thought this little thing would get to that. And so once we get the North Wilkesboro guys on here, I think we've got some big stuff coming ahead because of that, right? So we'll touch more on that afterwards.
partnership
And
deal.
yeah, man. So so some big things ahead coming up here, and so that's why it's a huge deal for us to get them on this show. But
yeah, we're able to, when I spoke to him, he's got some big plans for us, and
yeah,
like a barter deal, and
yeah, man.
be able
So,
to get some national people on. So
yeah, that would
cool.
be how cool would that be? That would be awesome.
No,
so,
it's cool.
But all right, folks. Listen, I say this every single week, and I'm going to continue to say it until it starts getting through to some of you nitwits out there. If you are on social media and you are bashing the racetrack, you are part of the problem. Listen, get out there and support your local racetrack, whether it be dirt, asphalt, a go-kart track, even a BMX bicycle track. Get out there and support, man. Our sport is in trouble right now, and all we can do is support and not tear down. Instead of being negative on here, being a keyboard warrior, man, come up with suggestions. Even if you think that it's one of the stupidest things possible, it's not. A stupid suggestion is a suggestion that was not, put out there for us to consider. I can't stress this enough. If you are on social media bashing a racetrack, you are part of the problem. You are. Whether you want to believe it or not, you are. Get out and support your local racetrack.
Yep.
I'll see you guys next week, man.
See you.
Later.